In the shadow of history's darkest hours, there lies a story that took decades to be heard. This is the untold tale of why it took so long for LGBTQ stories to be included in the history of the Holocaust. On May 13, 1941, Pierre Sale, not yet even 18 years old, arrived at the hellish Schirmeck-Vorbrück concentration camp. Arrested for the crime of being gay, he faced interrogation, torture, and was forced to watch his lover mauled by a pack of dogs. It's a nightmare that would haunt him for the rest of his life. 80 years have passed since those gruesome days. While Holocaust remembrance has become an indelible part of our collective memory, there's a story that often remains untold, hidden in the shadows. It's not just an accidental oversight, it's the result of a systematic process that erased LGBTQ survivors of Nazi oppression from popular history. To understand this omission, we must turn the clock back to a time when Berlin was the gay capital of the world, a city alive with queer nightlife. It was a time when new academic ideas called for greater acceptance of homosexuality and gender diversity. But the Nazis saw this vibrant culture as a threat to their vision of an Aryan race, and they acted swiftly to suppress it. They targeted clubs, societies, and the renowned Sexology Research Institute of Magnus Hirschfeld, erasing decades of progress and community. In 1935, the Nazis intensified their persecution, revising paragraph 175 to criminalize male same-sex intimacy, subjecting gay men to a death sentence. Police arrested around 100,000 gay men, sending 10 to 15,000 to concentration camps where they faced unimaginable horrors. An estimated 65% never made it out, while many others suffered unspeakable abuses and ostracization. Tragically, those who survived left the camps not as recognized victims, but as convicted criminals. Even after liberation, the Nazi-era amendments to paragraph 175 persisted for 2 more decades in West Germany. Thousands more were arrested between 1945 and 1969, some even forced to serve sentences in prison. Amid the silence, the world of academia was slow to recognize the queer victims of the Third Reich. Even a monumental work like William L. Shirer's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich, published in 1960, omitted any mention of the Nazis' anti-gay purges. But our story doesn't end here. It extends to the oppression of queer women and intersex individuals, overshadowed by layers of homophobia and sexism. Lesbian women, although not systematically persecuted, faced the wrath of the Nazis through club closures and arrests. Ellie Smuler and Margareta Rosenberg were deemed morally unsound by the Gestapo, and they suffered deportation and the label lesbisch. It wasn't until the 1970s that gay Holocaust victims found their voice. In 1972, the testimony of Joseph Kohut paved the way, followed by Pierre Seal's memoir in 1994. Advocacy groups fought for memorials and reparations, culminating in the German Bundestag's pardon and compensation for paragraph 175 victims in 2017. Yet, this justice didn't translate into universal recognition. For years, LGBTQ organizations were shunned from Holocaust commemorations. The suppression of LGBTQ voices in the Holocaust remains a stain that lingers. As we remember the Holocaust and its victims, let's not forget the untold stories of LGBTQ individuals who suffered in silence for far too long. Their stories are a reminder of the injustice they endured and a call to never allow history to forget their pain and struggle. It's our duty to ensure that modern-day remembrance includes their stories, especially as the LGBTQ community continues to face persecution. With the last known Holocaust survivor tried for homosexuality having passed away, the torch of remembrance is now in our hands. Let's carry it forward, so we never become complicit in the erasure of this lost generation. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us reach more people. Thank you.